draws me to jail and prison ministry is knowing that we are all extended relations, that we all need someone to walk alongside us, and that we are our best selves when we learn how to mirror that dignity and respect in all people. Jail and prison ministry is not about thinking we're above or better than someone else, or thinking that someone else needs us to fix their brokenness, because we are all broken together. So that shared humanity is what draws me into this ministry, no matter the challenges at any given facility. I see God's love in the men and women I encounter in the local jail and the state prison facilities I visit, and they remind me that all of God's children are sacred and special, and that we share a connection in God's image. What has touched me the most about the people I visit and have come to know is the unbelievable amount of talent behind those walls that most people on the outside never have the privilege of seeing. My friend on death row, for example, is the most talented artist and writer I know. And the kids I volunteered with in a juvenile justice setting years ago could sing as well as any professional singer. The men in our local jail, who are part of our church's current ministry, write the most poignant reflections about their gratitude for their families, which we then feature in our quarterly newsletters for the parish. These are people who have the same fears, desires, dreams, and gifts that we have on the outside, but often those characteristics have gone unnoticed or undeveloped in their life. So it touches me deeply to witness their gifts come to light, given a platform to shine. That's what this ministry has always meant to me for the last 20 years, witnessing to our shared humanity and our frailties and our gifts, and helping someone see themselves more clearly as a whole and dignified person in God's eyes. I've been involved in prison ministry for a long time, but until I joined my current parish and near the same time became aware of the Catholic Prison Ministries Coalition, I was always the lone wolf in my volunteer capacity. So learning to develop this ministry as a parish-based ministry and to do so with CPMC's guidance and resources has given me such a deeper path for my own faith formation and a way to elevate the ministry to include our entire church family so that we bring intentionality into our efforts as a faith community to bridge the gap between prison walls and church walls. So that's no easy task for any church community, but doing so with CPMC's formation tools and resources has been a real blessing for all of us. I think maybe there are too many well-meaning Christian volunteers who get into this ministry with the idea that they need to fix people, that there's this oversimplified notion that incarcerated folks are only there because of some flaw or tragedy that can be neatly categorized as us on the outside and them on the inside. And so there's this sense of pity, and incarcerated people sense immediately that feeling as superiority and detachment by the volunteer. And so instead, I would encourage people interested in this ministry to put down whatever their agenda may be, as well-meaning as it may be, to put down that agenda and to just be with incarcerated people and to listen to their stories and witness to their experiences and their unique individual selves as God walking among all of us. And so in walking with them as God's fellow children, we see and celebrate their humanity and thus our own. We learn to see their suffering as our own, their victories as our own, their need for human connection as our own, and their gratitude for us as volunteers in our gratitude for them as our brothers and sisters. So this is the most rewarding, challenging, yes, but rewarding ministries I've ever encountered, and I would encourage anyone to consider it, especially in this day and age, as we on the outside have finally, because of the pandemic, come to appreciate how hard it is to live in separation and isolation from our loved ones and our community. So you can be that community in this ministry, and we all benefit together.